What's up, guys? It's Wicked Sarah. Um, some of you may have seen I did a OBS settings video a little while back, and for some reason it uploaded in terrible quality, so I figured I would redo it. A couple people have asked me about my settings again, so I figured this would be the easiest way to display all of that. Um, I'll also go through the record settings since I seem to have been able to tweak that as well. If all goes according to plan, this will upload in excellent quality. So let's get started. So first of all, okay. Make sure you can see this. First of all, we have our settings window. This is for recording. In the encoding, I used to have my bitrate about the same as my streaming bitrate, and apparently that was a no-no. So certain things I changed was I changed the quality balance to 10. I did a custom buffer size, which I hadn't done before. If you uncheck that, usually it goes to what your max bitrate is. I guess not in this case. But I checked that and changed it to 0 and moved my bitrate all the way down to 1,000. I don't know why it works. I don't know much about recording, but it comes out excellent this way, so that's that. In the broadcast settings, obviously you go to file output only instead of live stream, and you decide where you want your video to go. That's pretty self-explanatory there. Video, I did 1920 by 1080 versus I usually stream in 1280 by 720. Excuse me if I'm wrong. I'm kind of fumbling over myself today. And usually I stream at 60 FPS, and for some reason my computer wasn't able to record that. I kept dropping frames and stuff, so when I lowered it down to 30, it seemed to work really, really well. And it still looks really good. Audio, standard, your mic, your capture card, your desktop, whatever it is that you're recording. As for advanced, the one thing I had to change was do the custom X264 encoder settings, and I changed that to CRF equals 20. My CPU, when I stream, I usually have it down to fast, which makes the quality better, but so that my computer wasn't so stressed out, I moved it to very fast, which wasn't really much of a difference. Like I said, it still looks really, really good. And my encoding profile I have set to high. That's pretty much all it is for the record settings. And the stream settings, let's just go back and get right into that. So the cool thing about OBS, if you didn't know, is you can save separate profiles. So I have all these settings are saved under a profile I named record, so I don't have to reset everything every time I switch what I'm doing. All the settings are saved and stay the same. So if I can't do it now because I'm recording, but if I went to profiles, I have one that's called stream, and I'm going to change all the settings to what I have there. So the first thing I do is you check the use CBR. I think the quality balance I keep at 10 just because it makes it really, really good. I think this can also stress your computer out, so be careful. As I stated in my other video, max bitrate is really, really important. If you look at my Twitch profile, I have my internet listed, and I have like a 40 upload, which is ridiculously good. I know other people have 10 times better, but that's really good, and you really don't even need half of that to stream. Point is that it doesn't matter what I can upload. It also matters, well, it matters what I can upload, but it also matters what my viewers can download. If they don't have a very good download, they're gonna lag. And because I'm not a partner on Twitch, they're not gonna be able to change the quality. So I find, even though I could put it up to 4,000, 5,000, if I go any higher than 2,900, I get complaints about lag. And I've heard from some people they don't really care. They want people with good internet to fully enjoy the good quality, and that's fine. But in my opinion, I'd rather have more people be able to enjoy my content. I mean, it still looks really good. I get compliments on my quality all the time. So I kind of sacrifice that a bit there. Um, so I usually run my bit rate around 2700, and if for some reason I get complaints about lag, I'll lower that down to like 2500. If you're running 60 FPS, which I do, you really want to stay in the 2500 to 3K range, or else your 60 frames per second aren't going to look that great. I usually uncheck the custom buffer size, but I make sure that it's the same as my bitrate. Audio encoding, I leave the same. If you have a low upload, you might be able to lower your audio bitrate, but keep in mind it's really going to take a toll on the quality of the audio. And don't forget that when you're filling out your max bitrate, your upload has to account for not only your video bitrate, but your audio bitrate as well. Broadcast settings, instead of file output only, you would do live stream, and you would pick the server closest to you. Mine's Virginia, and you put your stream key in here, obviously, which you get that from your Twitch dashboard, I believe. I don't mess with any of these auto reconnects. Basically, this is if OBS crashes, which sometimes it can, it'll just start automatically after so many seconds. You can set hotkeys here, which I don't mess with a couple times. I had it set to the number pad, and I accidentally stopped the stream or started the stream on accident, so I would just be careful with those. If you get this warning here, just do what it says. Basically enable CBR, which I did before, I just didn't save it. The encoding profile is here. Oh no, it's not. Where is it? I think it's in advanced. We'll get to that. Basically just follow what it says and you'll be all good. It's just for optimizing your connection with Twitch, I believe. So for my resolution for streaming, I do 1280 by 720. And I do this because I'd rather run it at 60 FPS, and for some reason, when I try to stream the 1080, the 60 FPS drops frames a lot. So, yeah, I love the 60 FPS. People comment all the time on how my stream is so smooth, or why my stream is so smooth, and I'm pretty sure that's why that I run that. As for audio, same thing. I use my Astros for my mic. I use my desktop audio. You really want to use your desktop or default or desktop speakers if you're playing music on your channel, or anything else you want to hear in game that's coming from your computer. Otherwise, I would probably just choose the Blackmagic speakers, so that way I just get the game sound for that. Advanced. I don't mess with many of these settings, but a few of them are important. I usually uncheck the custom encoder settings. I change very fast to fast, and you have to be careful with this because if you don't have a powerful processor, you could run it quite high. It's really going to put a lot of stress. If you do have the computer power to handle it, you could change this to a higher quality, for the sake of lowering your bit rate, and it'll make your stream look a lot smoother. But like I said, just be really careful with that one. I don't go lower than fast, which I probably could, but I really don't want to stress my computer out that much. If you look at that error that I got before about Twitch, it'll tell you to change the encoding profile to main. Not exactly really sure what that means. I'm not a pro at this, but I just do what it tells me. And I believe it also tells me to put the key interval at 2 seconds. I don't mess with browser. The microphone noise gate is fairly new, I think. I don't really mess with that. But basically, those are my settings. I'm not going to say they're going to work for everyone, but if you've been in my stream, I'm sure you've seen the quality, and you've seen people comment all the time on how smooth it is and what do I stream with. and they really, really enjoy it. So if you're looking to try out some new settings and my settings work for you, great. Let me know. I'd love to hear that this video actually helped you out. So to go over a few things about my equipment, my computer specs I'll leave in the description, but I stream with the Blackmagic Intensity Pro capture card. It's an internal capture card, and I have that hooked up with the HDMI in going into my Xbox and the HDMI out going into my monitor. I use my Astros, like I said, as my mic, which I will soon be switching to the Spark desktop microphone, which should sound freaking badass. We will see about that. And that's pretty much all I use. I also did a Nightbot song request video. I know a lot of people aren't using their songs because of the whole Twitch, Google copyright thing. That one's also in pretty poor quality. Songs are still allowed on live stream, so if anyone at all would like me to redo that video in higher quality, let me know and I will remake that ASAP. But thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I talked over myself or stuttered or became redundant. Like I said, I'm not a pro at these videos by any means, but I hope I helped you guys out. I hope you have a great day, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay awesome.